look like a golden brown.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. So I guess.
A lot of snow there?
Yeah, we have probably. I think we got to be over a foot now. I would say.
Really?
Yeah. All right, let me look again outside. Let me just take a gander. Oh yeah, easily a foot.
Wow, they said you guys were going to get hit along the coast.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we have a lot to tell viewers because this has been. We haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks now, I think. Yeah. Okay, let me take you guys back. So, the reason we didn't do a podcast last week was because I supposedly had a business meeting in Orlando on Saturday, which happened to be my birthday. And I listened. I got duped real hard. It was actually a giant surprise that everyone in my extended family was in on for me and my brothers and I to go to Universal Studios. So thank you, Mother. It was nice. Welcome. And Kenny, literally the second it hit 12 o'clock, Kenny and Mike were like, "It's your birthday's over. We're doing what we want now." I was like, "Okay, thanks, guys." So we were there for 3 days till Monday. Got to see Ariel, Paris and Ariel. So Paris is in Thailand though, so we hung out with her, and then that was pretty much it. But then I got super sick. Oh, okay. Well, let me take it back. Monday I was supposed to fly out, and as you guys may know, there was a giant snowstorm in North Carolina, so everything was getting delayed.
Well, actually, it went across the whole U.S.
Right. So everything got delayed, and my flight kept getting pushed to like 10 p.m. And I was like, man, I got to make a call here. Am I going to fly home tonight, or do I have to go back to Miami with my brothers, which is like a 4-hour drive? But ultimately, I made the call, like, hey, let's just cancel the flight. Ended up not being canceled. So I was like, oh, crap, I could have left. But it probably wasn't.
No, but it got in really late, and you had somebody picking you up on the other end, which wouldn't be fair to them.
So, yeah, that kind of sucked. But then I got to spend Tuesday, I left Wednesday. So Tuesday in Miami, which, I mean, it was like I didn't even exist. My brothers went to their rooms. I cleaned their apartment for them. That was about it. So, and then I just caught up on some shows while they did their thing. But went to Michael's gym. Oh, so as I was saying, so I get super sick Monday into Tuesday, right? So it starts coming, and then Tuesday into Wednesday is like when it really hit me when I was going to fly. But Tuesday I went to Michael's gym. Now, I haven't done legs in a while because, I mean, just with a lot of stuff going on. It's been a while since we hit leg day. I was feeling good. Get through a good leg day. Solid workout. Next day, I'm sore. Makes sense. But then the sinus infection comes. And it was not fun. I did not realize how much pain you are in on an airplane with a sinus infection. That pressure was unbearable on the way home. It was so bad, my tear ducts were going, and the old lady next to me looked at me, and she was like, "We're going to be okay." And I was like, "That's not the issue. I know we're going to be fine." So I was in quite a bit of pain. So, like, my birthday was the high of highs, and then it just went down to a low. But Universal was fun.
Say, happy birthday, Chris.
Yeah, really. Happy 30th. But the new park was really cool. I didn't send I put all the pictures in the NAS, so if anyone wants to, if the family wants to see them, you can pull them. But yeah, that new park's really cool. We already talked about it, so I won't bore viewers with the new park. I'll leave it for them to go check out.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm still in recovery. When I got home 2 days ago now, well, technically 3, but what's today? Saturday? Yeah, 3. Right to bed. It's been a while since I've been this much of a mess.
Well, first I got the phone call. Mommy, I'm so sick. I don't know what to do. Help me, Mommy.
Verbatim. I think you nailed the tears at the same time. Again, I was in so much pain. So I couldn't hear out of my ears until probably like 2 o'clock the next day.
Well, first it was, I can't walk. I can't move my legs.
Because of the... I couldn't walk because I did legs the day before, 2 days before, and it hit me.
Are you paralyzed, Chris? Is it meningitis? What is going on with you? No, I did legs. Oh my God.
I physically could not move.
That was stupid.
Well, I didn't expect a cold coming. Yeah.
Don't do a hard workout when you're traveling the next day.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. But I'm just a gym addict. So anyway, we do that. So I basically had no medicine until the day after. and I was miserable. And shout out to my aunt who gave me this amazing care package of food, gives me medicine from their cabinet that was expired minimum 10 years. I was like, I don't think I can put this in my nose.
Now you're gonna hear about it. Now you're gonna hear about it.
I know.
That was not expired, Chris.
It was 100. It even. But I was thinking, like, with saline solution, if you put that in your nose, right, at 10 years, the plastic starts to get into the medicine, right? It erodes the sides, kind of like when you have water in a water bottle.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, that's kind of true.
Shake it up a little.
Yeah.
Fine.
I don't think I want to put that in my nose. That's the problem. But if it was like a year expired, maybe 10 years. No, more than that. It was 2009.
It's just salt water, though. I mean, salt doesn't expire.
I guess. Fine. I don't know.
Might get just more neutralized. Just
leaches. That's the word I was looking for. It leaches the plastic.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. That's a theory, I guess. You look fine to me. You look fine. You survived.
I feel better. I just have the sinus infection part. The coughing sucked the second day because it's not like I had a sore throat, but I was coughing so much the muscles in my neck were just so strained.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's hope you get over it this time because you were sick. You were still lingering from your last cold.
Yeah, which I went from never getting sick, like 7 years, to at least 7 years of not getting sick, to 2 in 1 month, basically. So
because you were in our basement for 7 years.
That's true. I was the bubble boy. Yeah.
And you went down there and you were in a bubble. We finally got out of your bubble, and the first day you get sick.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we won't do that again.
But what did you do? Mom and Dad didn't go on the vacation. Dad thought he was too old for rides, and Mom was like, I don't want to go see Chris for his 30th. It's fine.
No, it wasn't so much that. It's just, it's fun for you guys just go on your own. I had to stay here and help Dad with the snowmageddon that we had in the North Country while you were gone. We did get the snow that you guys delayed your flight because of us. It's what we got.
Right.
So Dad was out. The first morning I had to snowplow because Dad hurt his back. And naturally, as I'm doing it, he's watching me. As Chris can understand this, he's watching me from the garage, and I go, "Okay, I know this isn't going to last long because you're doing it all wrong.
Yeah,
you're doing it all wrong. It's moving freaking snow. Who cares if it's in the right pattern? If it's whatever." So after the first pass, your dad took over, and he apparently was able to do it with his bad back. And he had to do it 2 more times after that just to keep the driveway relatively clear. But it's different now because we don't have to get out, right? We don't have to go to school. No one has to go to work. We were stocked. We had the oven if we were going to lose, and a generator if we lose power. So we were not concerned. I always feel bad for people because we've been in that boat when, oh my God, I got to get out. I got to work. Somebody's got to plow the driveway. So it's a different kind of stress, but we felt bad for other people who were losing power, like you guys in North Carolina. But I don't think it was so bad in Central Carolina as like they expected.
Oh, really?
In the mountain area.
Yeah, I saw videos today. Oh, okay. Maybe it was today, but I saw a video of what Charlotte looks like right now. Yeah. Not good. Charlotte's pretty under snow. So.
Well, they're not used to that.
Yeah, but they're a major city, so they'll be fine. New Bern. Right. I mean, I watched 2 people fist fight over a shovel today. No, not actually, but it would be funny. They just don't have anything. I can't tell you how many people I had. The last couple of weeks has been cold enough that you'll get like that morning ice, and I'll use that shitty ice scraper that you gave me. That's not even very good. The amount of people that asked me to use that, even Dad was like, "You should start charging people." I was like, "I'm not going to charge."
Don't you have a good one in your closet across from the laundry?
I don't know. I have to check.
Take a look. I think you got the nice blue one, the long stick one with the brush on it.
Oh, I have to check. This apartment's just so big, I lose stuff.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. I have to say, Kenny and Michael's apartment felt so claustrophobic. It's not that it's messy. It's just they have so much stuff for such a small apartment. I won't shit on them on podcasts, but I cleaned the shit out of that apartment because I was doing nothing.
You're in the city. You're in no man's land. You're in Nowhereville, right?
Yeah.
They're in the city, so you don't get as much square footage.
I know, but the amount of stuff they have is just insane. I was like, guys.
Well, yeah, 2 people.
Yeah, it's true. So
imagine just take your office and put it in their apartment, right?
Well,
just take your studio. That's gonna take up the whole living room.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So yeah, that's
Here's what I
so
do:
you
I
live in.
kick them both out, and then give myself an office and have a bedroom. They
But
can find
even
somewhere
then, you're
else.
losing square footage because you have a third bedroom.
Yeah,
Think
that's
about
true.
that. And you saw their closet space. You've got like 3 different closets. They don't
Yeah,
have that.
I was thinking of
It's
getting rid
pretty
of the
common.
spare bedroom, turning it into a Lego room. We're getting to that point. You guys will have to stay at Aunt Sue's from now on. Lego's
Are you the one
priority.
who said? Are you the one who told Dad that you're going to give us your Legos for our new house?
No, Dad was saying that. I called Dad to say he said the new house is going to have a Lego room because there's so many rooms that are probably not going to be needed. And I was like, "Hey, podcast room and a Lego room, perfect. I'll
Yeah,
just
I
ship them
don't
to
think
you."
so.
Hey, if
Yeah.
Lego's sponsoring me, they can keep
I
sending
got
them.
enough Legos already. You guys don't even live here anymore, and I'm looking at Back to the Future Lego and
Oh yeah,
Ghost
yeah,
Rider
yeah.
Lego just in the basement. Everywhere I go in every room, there's Legos.
That's how it should be. Hey,
Yeah.
we're a couple years off from one Lego sponsorship that turns me into that guy that had that basement of Legos.
Yeah,
I'm
well.
saying this right now. Lego doesn't even have to pay me. They just have to send me the Legos.
Pay me
Yeah.
in Legos.
Did I tell you I did the math? I saw someone do the math on how much it costs for Legos. Now, I said this on I think on the last podcast. Like I understand that they're expensive, and now I understand why. But I looked up how much it would cost to buy every Lego. Because let's be honest, if I ever won $1 billion, I'm buying the whole Lego catalog. That's like the first thing you do as a billionaire. Like, come on. But just
I
in
shake my head.
just in 2025, if you were to buy just the Star Wars Legos, so just the ones that came out in 2025, it would cost you $27,000. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
27,000 just for the just for the Star
current
Wars
ones.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
That only came out in 2025.
Right.
So that's a substantial amount of money
It is. Yeah.
for
But it's.
Legos.
I mean, they're. I don't want to say overpriced, but they're a high end toy. You don't get. There aren't too many cheap, quote unquote,
Right.
cheap Legos out
Right.
there. They don't usually do a sale on Legos. You never.
It's true.
It's the same price everywhere for a Lego. You're not going
Yeah.
to get a discount by going to Amazon or eBay or something like that.
Listen, Lego, when you
Or new
sponsor me, we got to talk about a subscription plan for people. I think they would make a shit ton of money on subscription plans.
Well, I don't know. I would think they've looked into that, but who knows? You know.
Well, they're a Denmark company. We're going to get invited to the headquarters. We'll go see the town of Legos, whatever it is.
Denmark. They're too busy worrying about Greenland.
Yeah. Yeah, really. Speaking of Greenland, good segue, mother. Good segue.
Yeah. Oh.
Sort of. Kind of.
Are we going to talk about Greenland? I didn't even know that. I didn't see Greenland in your article.
Oh, you didn't see the Greenland one? About
No, I didn't. I didn't know we were talking about Greenland.
Well, you know, Trump got his way. Surprise, surprise. Trump got his way. Where basically Greenland folded. And essentially the deal is, I don't know if you looked into the deal, but it's one of those things where Trump has this habit, and I think he talks about it in his book, The Art of the Deal, where he goes for these grandiose things. We're going to take all of Greenland, and then in the end, they kind of give him what he really wants, which is he really just wanted to be able to control the areas where our military bases are in Greenland. So it's basically the whole surrounding right side, which kind of goes to show that you and I were right about kind of what the plan is. And it's really just to defend from Russia and China from grabbing Greenland, like all the resources and stuff. But I guess the question is, what does Greenland get out of it? Is it protection, I guess? Like, I feel like they gave that. Yeah, I feel like they gave that up a little too easily.
Yeah, no, they kind of made the case that there's nobody protecting Greenland, that the EU can't do it. Denmark is incapable of doing it. And it's pretty sad when Denmark says, we're not going to buy any more American treasuries. And Trump's like, okay, they don't really buy that much, so it's not going to hurt us in that sense. So they really did not have a leg to stand on. It was getting overblown where, you know, we're going to go in and they're going to take over Greenland. He's going to put in the military and he's going to seize the control. It's really just, you know, tribes there, like Inuit little towns. And it's a beautiful area. It's got a lot of resources. And that was the reality. Oh, and only a portion of it has the bulk of the resources. Like half of the island is very remote. Only a certain area of it has the most resources. And it was becoming very obvious that someone was going to take them over. It was either going to be our influence or Russia or China. And knowing that, I think they looked at what they considered the lesser of the three monsters being the United States,
Right.
which us being, Trump was coming in saying, we'll pay you guys, we'll pay every citizen. We're not going to ruin your country. We're going to use it for strategic purposes. You can't guarantee that with somebody like China or even Russia.
Right.
What they're
Well,
gonna do with
China's
that.
having that big problem. Did you see that general? That yeah,
Yes.
that's a big one. So his like number one, basically his closest ally, Xi Jinping's closest ally, has been funneling allegedly information to the CIA. So
Yes. Well, I think it's becoming very obvious if our own government officials weren't so closely tied to the Communist Party, many of them buddy buddy with them, communist China would fold. Their economy's a mess. The common people don't support it, but it's a communist nation, so you don't get a choice, right? The military, I mean, it was really telling when we went in, took Maduro, took over Venezuela to some extent. I use that term loosely. And a lot of the headlines were, well, is China a paper tiger? They didn't really respond, if you think about it. And they
yeah,
relied on Venezuela. They sent some very nasty worded memos like this shouldn't be good. Okay, fine. Send me all the memos you want to. So there's some issues with China, and they're really bolstered by corruption around the world, including of our own country. And, infiltrating places from an economic long-term standpoint, not militaristically. So having said that, Greenland they were eyeing it. There's some current concern about all the dealings with Canada, with China.
right.
Can you imagine China in our northern hemisphere, or in our hemisphere above us in Canada? And that's why Trump's been poking that bear with Canada, saying, you guys can't defend yourselves against this. You cannot allow this to happen. Oh, and Canada gets all upset, blah, blah, blah. Well, we do have a vested interest in Canada. That's north of us. I don't like CCP buying farms in the United States. I'm against that.
Yeah.
I certainly don't want them doing
And it's
deals
always
to
by
people-
military bases too. That's the best part.
Right. And I don't want China putting military bases in Canada because their economy's in the crapper. I don't know if you saw, like a couple weeks ago, Alberta wants to secede from Canada. And Alberta is,
Doesn't
you
surprise
take
me.
Alberta out, and that's a big chunk of Canada's
That's
economic.
why I think the people would be so against China that they'd probably listen to their people. I don't know, maybe. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I feel like we're going to start seeing more Iran situations happening, more protests, which I think they just announced they just ended with like 3,000 deaths, but they think it's a lot more.
Oh, I thought it was 36,000 like a couple weeks ago.
I think they, depends on who you go
Maybe
by.
more.
The government says 3,000. News articles and stuff say tens of thousands. But I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever get an answer to that one. So
I know when they took a poll recently, how many people support, and I think it was Republicans only, but I'm not sure about that. Would you support the United States helping to take over or to change the government in Iran? Overwhelming number of people said yes, absolutely. And then when they said, well, would you be willing to risk 10 lives, American soldier lives? The numbers started going down of people who wanted it. And when it got to the point of like 500 soldiers, it dropped. We have no interest in doing that. Wow. So in other words, we're all for democracy, but American citizens don't want to spill our blood or our sons' bloods and daughters overseas for these, civil wars in these individual countries.
Right. But back to Greenland. So what does this mean for the United States? It just means our resources and stuff starts going down again? Like, when do we start seeing gas prices go down?
They are going down. You just never hear about it because they don't talk about it in the news.
Gotcha.
They're going down a lot. Places like New York and New Jersey, I'll use this as an example because you live near there.
For reference, I only have to gas up like once every 4 months. So
I know.
And with my Harris Teeter deals, still waiting for that sponsorship, I can get my gas down to like $1 a gallon, which is crazy.
Which is good. I mean, there was a time when that's what it was. I mean, but they are going down. The price of gas is going down. If you live in certain states though, like in New Jersey and New York, they are going down, but not by as much because it's all taxes, it's state taxes.
Yeah, that's
So,
why
you know, that's what it's
California
doing.
is still like $5, $6 per gallon or whatever in some areas.
I don't know what it is in California, but I'm sure that's another high tax state because it's, they tend to tack on a lot of stuff to the gas, and then you wind up paying a lot more. Um, but with Greenland, I mean, it's mainly strategic right now and keeping our bases in that
$4,
area, but
4.50.
also taking a look at their resources and making sure that the right people get those resources that aren't going to just Greenland and walk away.
Okay, gotta take that word out. But geez,
Of course, I forgot. Yeah, yeah.
of all the words to use, yeah,
Ruin.
you had to
Edit
use
it.
you. Yeah,
I'll say it and you can edit it.
of all the words
Just,
you could use, it's fine. I'll just
just in
edit it
case of
out.
whoever ruins, just making sure it doesn't get ruined by
Yeah,
somebody else. How's
that's a
that?
crazy word to use. That was so
So
crazy.
brutal.
That was so crazy. It's almost like you did it on purpose.
It's almost like said it.
Yeah, really. Oh God.
Edit.
All right. Now let's get into kind of news that is huge that we kind of missed. So
Yeah.
the Alex Pretti guy, right, is how you pronounce it.
Isn't it pretty?
Pretty. I thought it was.
Pretty?
I thought it was pronounced Perty, but
Oh,
however people are saying it. So I think this happened last week. Now I don't even really remember when it actually happened.
yeah, it was
but
Saturday, I believe.
This
It
was
yeah.
the second Renee Good, basically, during the ICE raid. I
Second
don't want to
shooting.
call him raid. Yeah, the second person to die to ICE in a way that is questionable. Now, I don't know if you've seen the video. I've only
Yes.
seen it like twice, maybe. Kind of a weird situation. So the guy, so when this came out on Saturday, ICE agents were arresting this guy. You guys can find the video online, I'm sure, if you go to Twitter. Like 6 or 7, I would say, ICE agents are trying to arrest this guy. Alex walks in and he's like trying to stop the 6 of them. Another ICE agent kind of lifts up his shirt or notices that he's got a gun on him and takes the gun, walks away, and then there's kind of a fluster, I guess you could call it. Like basically they said, hey, why are you stop? Like they pushed him to the ground because he was trying to stop the arrest, and then they just kind of started shooting into him, right? Not a good look for ICE. Kind of another one of those, why'd you have to shoot the guy, especially when you took his gun away? But truthfully, I think it was so much chaos that the 7 ICE agents couldn't hear or just assumed. Like, my guess is the guy that took the gun, the ICE agent that took the gun, was probably like, gun, right? And then they instantly went, whoa. That's my guess. That's probably the most likely thing that happened. And we could talk about it if you want, but I'm more interested in what we found out this week, where now there's videos of him just kicking the shit out of cars. Hold on 1 second, Mom. Would you like to see what Kenny's doing? Because Kenny's calling me. 1 second. God, I'm like tech support for this family. What I do is just unbelievable. I don't even have to look at it anymore. They just call me.
We're too lazy to look stuff up. Just call
Yeah.
Chris.
Yeah. I was watching my shows. The guy's like, how'd you do that? They've had the TV forever. Anyway, so what I want to get into with this Purdy guy is now, right, he's being touted as this hero, the guy that tried to stop the ICE. And then now we see these videos of him like kicking out taillights. He's really antagonizing these ICE agents. And I'm going to go back to the kind of the Renee Good stuff where I don't think anyone in that situation deserves to be shot. But like, you can't entice these ICE agents who are already in heightened states of mind because they know that people are trying to kill them and that they're hated. So I at first I was like, man, poor guy, like ICE fucked up. But then I go, or sorry, messed up. But then I go, man, this guy wasn't a great person. And
Well, the good woman also, they've pretty much have stated, maybe not in that instance when you see them being shot and they're in altercations, they're militants, they're trained, they have every intention of going out there and disrupting ICE and doing what they're doing. And they believe that nothing should happen to them for doing that. The agents, I mean, they're going to investigate what happened, but the things that I have read from individuals who have done these type of cases will say the minute you put your hand on an ICE officer,
Yeah.
just put your hand on him or her, they can shoot you.
Yeah.
It's not illegal.
They're not necessarily police. They're military, technically. So,
well, it's not so much that. They're federal
I'm just gonna get
agents. And there are certain laws and rules and regulations that they have to abide, but there's also certain rules and regs that, where they went recently and had a judgment stating, no, they can pepper spray. They can do, different things that are necessary if anybody tries to get in the middle and thwart a federal arrest or a federal investigation in what's going on, like what they're doing in these cities.
right.
What nobody likes to talk about is none of this would be happening if the Minneapolis police and the town people were working with ICE to do what they legally are allowed to do, what the voters overwhelmingly said that they wanted in this country, to just go in and get. And mind you, this wonderful guy, Alex, is defending the most heinous individuals in this country. These are criminals that they're going after, or people who have committed crimes, serious crimes in many cases, and are released.
Yeah, and I think that's not being portrayed properly. Like, I think a lot of people have this notion that they're just taking out illegal immigrants, which is true, but they're also going for the worst of the worst criminals first, right?
Right.
And then they'll do the people that are here illegally and like maybe give them a chance to get a green card and stuff. It's not like they're just grabbing people off the street unless they have a criminal record, like a legitimate one, like murder.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
so,
right.
I also think it's funny how I believe it was CNN. Did you see how they made him look significantly more handsome than?
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
again, I wouldn't make fun of someone's looks, but like that's not even the same guy. That guy on the left looks like he.
What not enough people don't hear about is they did the same thing with Obama. Obama went in. They had interviews. Oh, great work that the ICE officers are doing with the MSNBC and all these CNN. They're doing a great job. They're going in. They're helping with the deportations, blah, blah, blah. It was fine then. He did more. As of right now,
Yeah.
I think Obama's been in office longer, but
Excuse me.
over time, I'm hoping Trump eclipses what he did. But there were more deportations under Barack Obama. So this whole idea that this is Trump and this is something new and it's awful, there were many people. If you look at the statistics of how many people were shot by ICE under Obama, nobody wants to talk about that because these two people, it's laughable. Not to say that their death is laughable, but statistically, they're making a big deal out of a handful of people that so far have been unfortunately killed or injured doing this.
Yeah.
It was praised during other administrations, right? Now, all of a sudden, it's a nightmare. And, well, we can't have this. But I sent you the one with Elizabeth Warren. Underneath, somebody did a fabulous job of this guy, Alex Pretti, kicking in, spitting on the ICE car.
Yeah.
The gun was in his back of his jeans, right? So
he had extra magazines, too, which, again, peaceful protest. I don't know why you need extra magazines. It's not uncommon to have extra magazines, but I think it was a significant amount of magazines.
Yes.
Could be wrong.
Let me just say this. A person who legally has a gun, and I'll include police, I'll even include soldiers to some extent, and any individual, if they are legally and upright, they have their license, they've done their research, blah, 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 they only carry a gun for one reason: defense.
Not offense, yes.
They don't take it for offense. Only somebody carrying a gun who uses it for offense is a bad person who should be arrested if they use it. Because that's not what guns are for. Unless you're hunting to eat. And even then, I'll say it's defensive for your life. You need something to eat. I'm not a big fan of hunting for sport. Hunting for food is one thing. But having said that, you take a gun, which totally is his legal right to carry, but he had no ID on him. That's against the very rules that the Democrats put in place and Republicans supported. He didn't have his permit, as far as I know. Also, that's a no-no. So they like to throw it in people's faces about the Second Amendment. Oh, now all of a sudden you don't want the Second Amendment. No, I absolutely do want it. And I think it was stupid for him to take a gun in that situation because it might have been the reason why he got killed, right?
Right.
But he had a right to carry it if he had the proper ID, he had it holstered, etc., etc. But the fact that you're in that situation and somebody's got yelling, he's got a gun, and I don't know this, maybe it'll come out in the investigation, that some of those ICE agents might have been aware that he was a violent person once before who had a gun in his back pocket at the last thing that he went to, and
It's
things just
all.
got
I feel like
escalated.
you're already scared. Like in that situation, there's a guy that's trying to pull ICE agents off of a guy, and then we find out he has a gun. That
Yeah.
right there is probably enough for police to probably get off the guy that's on the ground and focus on the guy with the gun, right? Prioritize, right?
I
Situations.
suppose, I don't, when one of them says he's got a gun. Now, I don't know what the protocol is for that, but
That he
maybe they
took
made it.
away. So I think like
But they might have known that. I don't know. I couldn't tell from the video. If somebody yells, even if we're in a situation where we're trying to hold somebody and one of you yells, he's got a gun, he's got a gun, I'm gonna assume it's drawn and I'm
right.
gonna fire.
Exactly. So I think the real kind of F up is the agent that took the gun and said he's got a gun when he's taken the gun already. He already disarmed him. But again, when you're in that kind of chaos,
Yeah.
uh I mean, it's survive or die, right? Potentially.
Which never should have
Right.
been the case.
Peaceful
And the ICE
protesting.
agents there will be the
Yeah.
first one to say if they were doing their job in Minneapolis like they're supposed to do, they are legally, Governor Walz, Mr. Fry, sanctuary cities are illegal in this country. In my opinion, every one of these governors, mayors, including my own state, they should be rounded up and subpoenaed and brought in because that is illegal. You took an oath to support the Constitution. We do not support sanctuary cities. If you want to pass legislation, that's a different story. You just can't say, well, we're sanctuary. We're not going to work with federal agents. That's against the law. You have to work with the federal agents. We never, because we don't want this kind of mayhem on our streets. So it's by design. So they're just as guilty. The Democrats who wouldn't work, or the politicians who wouldn't work with the federal government to get these people out, which is what the American people wanted. You're creating this mayhem, and it's by design, Chris. They want this.
Right.
That poor man, deranged as he was used. Same with this good woman. These people are used. They're being drummed up to do these things, thinking it's for a great cause, when it's not for a good cause. They're defending the worst criminals that they wouldn't want in their own neighborhood, stalking
Yeah.
their children.
Really. All right, let's move on. This one we kind of should have talked about after the first article, but the countries
Which
that
one?
decided to join the Gaza Board of Peace. So this
Oh,
is Trump's new. Everyone's calling it the new world order, the new world order. So this is. Have you been paying attention to the Board of Peace stuff or not really?
a couple days ago, it was they were talking about who's invited, who isn't. He wanted the
Yeah.
Pope on it. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's to take the place of the UN or to supplement the UN.
Yes. Now here's the problem, and I don't know if you saw the countries on there. It's pretty much all Middle East and none of our allies, right? Which is kind of funny, but it
Yeah.
feels like it's not so much the Department of Peace, and it feels more like the Department of who wants to make money off this. Does that kind of make sense? And the reason I say
Well,
that is
that's what the
because
UN was about. They were all in
I
it to
guess
make
that's
money.
true too. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough to call it the Department of Peace when like 90% of them have asked for war.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously Trump's in there. I think Kushner is he's like spearheading it or something. I don't know
I
what
think he
exactly.
and Witkoff. I think Witkoff's the other one involved. But
Yeah. And basically, it's just a whole plan about building hotels and stuff and to rebuild Gaza. It just feels kind of weird to have. I understand why it's there because the UN's useless. We all know this. It's not.
yeah.
I mean, yeah, they could keep lying their asses off about it, but I don't know if. I was gonna say I don't know if this is the answer, but then again, I say, well, what else could we possibly do?
Well, I think it's not a bad idea since there's some, with the exception of Iran, some degree of a low percolating conflict now. Not everybody's on the edge of their seats as much as they were prior to the bombing of the Iranian nuclear facilities. I would say something needs to be done, some sort of community wide committee, if you will, should be set up in that area specifically, because it's kind of a cesspool. I mean, it really is. It's this one doesn't like that one doesn't
Yeah.
like this one, blah, 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 blah. And everybody thinks like, oh, they're all collective. I mean,
Mm.
mentally, us in the West, we all see them all the same. Cutter, this, that, they're all the same. They're not all the same. They're very different, for lack of a better word, countries slash tribes, made up of tribes, made
Yeah.
up of different, with a very longer history than the United States has. And for that reason, it's not a bad idea where people can get together on a certain level, which was the intention of the UN after World War II,
Hmm.
right? So people could, was World War One, so people could get together and talk and air their grievances, and the whole community has a
Oh, you're
say.
talking about the Geneva Convention?
I'm talking about the UN. That was the intention
Yeah.
after the World War, to get everybody sitting down so these things don't. So people, and also you got to remember, when World War One, World War Two, we didn't have the communications abilities we had today.
Right.
You didn't know Hitler
It
invaded
was
for
a
2 or 3 days
It was a
later.
pigeon.
Right. So you reach a point where, or Morse code or whatever, it's kind of nowadays, you can share ideas a lot faster, but it's an opportunity for everybody to sit down face to face. So I'm not necessarily against it, especially when people are threatening to take my tax dollars to put it into that area.
Right.
I kind of like to know what's going on. But the joke of it is, after what we've experienced here in this country with the amount of fraud in this country with our own money, I think we have to worry about watching our dollars and cents here before we start sending even more of it overseas to develop these areas. Let them sit down at a board table and let them come up with ways they're going to fund it with all the
Right.
oil money they have over there.
Well, they definitely have the money. They have the money to definitely do it. It's just, are they the
Yeah.
right people to do it? That's really what it's going to
Yeah.
come down to. When they're fighting over who gets the bigger hotel, we'll see.
Yeah. It'll be stupid shit like that.
All right, Mom.
Who
This is
sits at the
your.
head of the table?
Yeah, really. I think Trump does. I mean, well, here's the other argument before we move on. He's the president of it, right? Of the Board of Peace.
Yeah.
People are making the argument that once he's done being president, he's just going to be president of that, and it kind of becomes like a third term for him.
No, no.
Okay.
That's a very different scenario,
Okay.
because he won't have the presidential abilities. So I don't know, and I don't know that he's
Can
going to.
you
He's not
legally?
a young guy. I mean, people have to understand. Trump
That's
is
true.
getting older.
Yeah, he's
He's
almost
not
80.
going to be doing this for 30 more years.
Can you set up a company ahead of time as a president and then take over that company when you get out? I know you can't have companies when you are president, right?
There's a lot to do with conflict of interest to
Right.
do that. You have to be really careful. There's a lot of, because you're touching every industry, every, they usually have to put everything in a blind trust when they get
Oh,
into office, which is what they've been trying to do now with the House representatives and the senators, forcing them to do that. The other, just because of that fact, you can't control your business, and you can't
sweet.
do deals building up Gaza when you're in the hotel industry.
Right.
It's a conflict of interest.
Okay, this is your article. This is why Democrats fight for criminal illegal aliens in the U.S. What's this about, Mother?
Oh, well, this is back to this whole Minneapolis, and now what's going on in Los Angeles and all
Oh,
over.
we're all over
As
today.
I'm saying, yeah, they're
We're
going to
going
be
back
all
and forth.
over in every blue state. Um, and it's not, and this is why these people are being used, basically. Um, what it comes down to is the census. They pump these illegals in, and if you recall, during the Biden administration, remember they were flying the planes in at the middle of the
Yeah.
night and dropping these people off in upstate New York and all these what were traditionally red areas. Now you flood them. They did the census count in 2020, right? Every
Mhm.
10 years it's required. It wound up shifting 17 House seats and 17 electoral college votes with with a net gain of 14 in the blue states. Because illegals don't vote. Well, now we know they do, and we're finding out more. And that was another article, I didn't clip it. They've been down in Georgia this week to go back and look at the 2020 election and look at all the things that were irregular, to say the least. And they wound up taking those ballots, and they're going to do it. And they're starting to see already that what happened in Georgia is what's happened all over. So we've increased the number of people, and that gains you House seats, right? If a district grows,
Right.
they shift House seats. All of a sudden, we've had massive growth. 20 million plus people have come into this country.
Yep.
And now we have districts that are getting more seats. Now, if things keep going the way they're going, and more of these illegals are deported, meaning, and I'm not even talking the criminals, I'm talking people who legally are not citizens,
Mm-hmm.
are sifted out of the country, who, by the way, are not supposed to be voting anyhow, but for some reason,
Right.
right? For some reason, a lot of Democrats are demanding that you put in the funding bill this weekend that no ICE people will be at polling stations during an election.
Right, which is
Let's think about
crazy.
that for a minute.
Why would yeah? Huh?
Okay? They're putting that in there. All right. So if it continues, they're going to lose. How many will they lose? They will lose 6 House seats, the Democrats, if it continues. Okay? 11 states that voted for Kamala has no voter ID. The 11 states, they don't do any voter ID. So having said that, now you understand this is not about, oh, we love the immigrants, or oh, we want this, oh, we want that, or poor Mr. Petty. But this goes far deeper. This is a numbers count for the Democrats to stay in power. They will, and it happens with
100%.
Democrats. And some Republicans are helping them, by the way, to keep as many seats as they can. And they will pump as many illegals in. Well, why would that matter? Only citizens vote. Are we starting to understand the math here? Are we starting to understand the formula of how things work? And people are dying over it. I'm against it too. You're indoctrinating people like Robin, whatever his name, Renee Good, and this Pretti guy, who probably was perfectly somewhat normal individual, who gets ginned up over this. Oh, you gotta go. We gotta be out there. We gotta do this. Take a step back. What are you doing here? You're putting your life on the line for what? Basically, to keep certain people in power. And of all states, now that we've seen the rot that's in the government in Minneapolis,
Right. Yeah.
Minnesota. So I wanted to bring that to everyone's attention because this isn't about the immigrants or whatever. It's about keeping head counts up, illegals in the country, and funneling money to these groups that support them that we're learning, like from the Somalis. They all siphon off of it because nobody's controlling it.
You saw what's her name? Omar's. What's her name? The lady that.
Ilhan Omar.
Yeah, Ilhan Omar. The whole spraying thing that they thought was a setup. Did you see this? Where she was doing some kind
somebody who had been in her at her fundraisers. Or something?
They think that she set it up, but I don't know. I don't think there's enough evidence to prove that. But I thought it was funny that she would do that in order to.
Well, she and her husband are on the hot seat right now.
Yeah, really.
She's got a $5 million winery that doesn't exist. Explain that one, Elon. Right? They've got 15 million. His company has no clients, has booked no revenue, or there's some shady dealings with his bookkeeping.
Right.
And now in 1 year's time or 2 years' time, they're worth $30 million more.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, it happens to be in a state where they've had
the hell
a lot
are
of fraud.
we doing this? The fuck.
Because we're Americans, we don't.
Just get me my Lego sponsorship.
Yeah, really.
I'm actually very interested in this one. Tulsi Gabbard releases documents that prove it was Barack Obama who led the Russiagate conspiracy and coup against Donald Trump. Documents have been turned over to the DOJ. Let me tell you, we haven't heard much of Tulsi in a while. I like to think she's just had her head down, doing the whole detective thing, trying to get this to line up.
Well, if you believe what some people are saying, Chris, there's a lot of stuff going on in the background, and it's not little stuff. Things are coming out that are pretty big. And she was down in Georgia, and naturally a lot of the Democrats and the MSNBC is like, what is she doing there? The DNI person is not supposed to be there. And a statement came out saying, well, the DNI, the Director of National Intelligence, is responsible for any systemic issues from machines and international entities that influence our elections. Oh, maybe that's why she was down in Georgia over the 2020 election.
Right.
Okay? I'll tell you a funny story. I don't know if you remember this, Chris, but I was saying it to Dad. When 2020 was around, we were listening to updates every day. What's going on? There's something's going on, fraud, whatever, before the certification.
By updates, do you mean Steve Bannon?
It wasn't just him, but it was a lot of people. I mean, it was fast and furious. Everybody was like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah. But there was, and I got a crazy story that came out. A woman by the name of Sidney Powell, who's a Texas lawyer, old, gritty, conservative Republican. She was involved in it. Involved in investigating things. She came out with this story about they're going after machines in Venezuela, and there's a military force on the ground, and we're going to have it by the end of the night. So with all the stuff going on, I just remembered some of my friends who were following it also were like, what the hell are we talking about here? Is this like some
Excuse me.
sci-fi thing? Well, fast forward now with everything we've learned with Venezuela and all the corruption that they've had, and now they're down in Georgia, and now I'm hearing things being said about the machines and international influence. And Venezuela's name has come up. And I find it kind of funny because back then we all looked like, oh, this is just and oh, and by the way, they persecuted that woman, Sidney Powell. They
Yeah.
tried to disbar her. They kicked her out of the White House for being a loon. She went into hiding. I mean, she was a very bright lady. She went into hiding. Originally, they had spoken about her being what Pam Bondi is.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't hear from her. They tried to, Georgia tried to get her to admit fraud, or she was going to go to prison for 30 years. This is what they were doing
I
to people
remember
down
this.
there.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, rumor has it, she was in the White House the other day. So her crazy story might not have been so crazy after all back then. All the shit they put her through, and others like her, where they said, you either stay for the record that you were wrong and you lied and there was no election fraud, or we're going to disbar you and throw you in jail for 40 years. I mean, it was like communist talking. So
Yeah.
we're in a communist world at the time. And many of these individuals were like, sure, fine, whatever. And now it's all coming out. But my point of saying this was, I don't know if it's true or not. I haven't seen the documentation that Tulsi Gabbard has regarding Obama. We're starting to hear things. What I'm saying is, that's a pretty shocking thing to say about any president. Have you heard this story anywhere?
No, I haven't at all. But you know what I have heard? I thought this was funny too. So they just released like 3 million documents of the Epstein files today.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and one of them being that Trump, I forget how they put it, but basically told a minor to do certain things, right, to him, right, and at the house, right. And I was thinking, I was like, when people who actually like video evidence of the Prince Henry or Epstein himself or
Andrew
Clinton, it's always like, oh, there's alleged sexual activities, like that's how they would put it. When it comes to Trump, it's the most detailed, vulgar way of putting it. Not just oh, he did something. Literally, the sentence should be just like everyone else's: alleged sexual actions with a minor. Theirs is like the actual vulgar action that he did. It's like, okay. I don't think, you kind of lose the credibility there. It's clearly shock value.
And they wonder why he sues them left and right. And you wonder why he's suing yet another, every time he turns around. Everyone else, it's alleged, it's that. Somebody called him a rapist. Oh, I said it again. They used the R word for him, right?
Yeah.
And he's never been convicted of that.
Right.
Right? Other stuff, but not that. So he has sued for that. And rightly so. You can't just say that. It's not true. And you can't put it out there. I'm just, like I said, I don't know if this is true or not. I have my suspicions of the story. But it's more interesting that not even other news people are saying, well, we've looked into it and it can't be true about President Obama. You don't even hear the story. Nothing. Almost as like they ignore it so it goes away.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is their routine. And I read this and I go, this is pretty bombshell. If I put any other name in there, President Eisenhower, whatever.
No one would care.
That's bombshell. No, I mean, the opposite. I mean, it's bombshell. I mean, that's an incredible story.
Oh, really? I don't think people would care about Eisenhower over Obama. I think they would care more about a living president.
That's what I mean. Okay, shouldn't use anybody. Bush, President Bush colluded with our enemies, Yeah. And it would get some traction. So this gets nothing. Zero. Not even somebody trying to dispute it.
Right.
Which is interesting, too. So they don't even want to talk about it. But I think you'll see more about it. And the question is, will anybody cover it?
Problem is, Tulsi's got 3 more years to figure it out. So she better do it.
Not even 2.
Yeah.
Not even just 2.
All right, what's this one, Mom? Trump admin honors revolutionary war hero with a new coin.
Yes. So Sacagawea is on one side, and now they're going to put Polly Cooper on the other.
Not Sacagawea. Really?
Sacagawea. Yeah. Then the $1 coin. So Polly Cooper, and I found this interesting because, I was raised in upstate New York. And she was part of the Oneida Indian tribe, which was very big in upstate New York, the Oneida tribe, friendly tribe. She helped during the American Revolution She brought food and supplies to Valley Forge in the winter of 77 to 78. And then she stayed through the winter and she cooked. She trained them how to, work with corn or whatever. Um, the Oneida broke from their native confederacy. So prior to the American Revolution, if you recall, we had the French and Indian War. Some of them sided with the French, fighting against the Indians, or about the British. Then, when it came time for our American Revolution, after that, many of the Native Americans formed their own confederacy and say, "We're not getting involved. We're minding our own business. We just want our own land. Leave us alone." The Oneidas, I guess maybe they had the forethought to think, you know what, this isn't going to survive this Native Confederacy. We need to pick a side, and they sided with the American continental soldiers and became our allies to help us fight the British in our American Revolution. And they were very pivotal. You should know this place in Saratoga. The army is helping the army in Saratoga, which was a major battle, major turning point, and that's way upstate New York, not too far from where I grew up. Major battlefields up there. There's a lot that happened because further north of me was Fort Ticonderoga. So that was a major military installation. And you saw it, right? Major at the time was like a table with a cup on it.
Yeah, I was like, Mom, this sucks. Why am I here? I just remember all the, was it the glass windows with the bullet holes in them that they would melt? Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That's like the only thing I remember from that.
So
but I actually like that. That's a nice coin.
Yeah. They're putting her on the coin with Sacagawea, who was if you saw Night at the Museum, she was the Native American woman that helped Lewis and Clark as they traversed the United States when we bought the land in Louisiana Purchase.
Mm-hmm.
She went with them, and Lewis and Clark went on behalf of Thomas Jefferson, right? Was it Jefferson? To plot the area and see what is out there. Right. Tell us what did we just buy and what's past it. And I think they went all the way over to the West Coast. And she helped them a good portion of the way with her baby on the back, right? She had a little squaw.
Sacagawea.
Yeah.
Jeez, my throat. Now, that's actually all the news that we have. Now, we didn't have any gaming news, Mother, but I have a game for us to play for you and me.
What's that?
Okay. So there's I don't want to call it a TikTok trend because it's kind of an old game, but it's basically, we're going to test how well our, what's the word? Is it telepathy? The mother-son telepathy?
Yeah.
So so there's a game called 10 Words with 15 Hints. So I have 2 of them here that I wrote out. Basically, it's 8 random words, because we've never done this before.
No.
Professionals, people that do it like regularly, can do 10 words in 15 hints. You and I are going to try and do 8 and 15, and we're going to see how well my first hint is and if you can get it under 15.
Hold on. I just sent your brother today. This little kid happens to be Asian who does a Rubik's Cube in like 2 seconds and puts it down.
Yeah.
Right? And then it flips to a guy who happens to be white sitting on the toilet, rolling the toilet paper.
That's me. What does that have to do with anything? Are you saying that I'm the toilet paper guy?
About that, I was thinking like, oh, this is gonna show me up to be really stupid. Whatever this game is gonna be,
it's not already. It's not easy, but like when you kind of understand it, you'll go, oh, okay. So I've already written out the words. I grabbed them today. We're gonna do a trial one first because this one actually has a tough starting word. The other one might be a little easier. Now,
so I have to guess what the word is.
You have to give me clues. So I'll give you one hint. Oh, you get 15 guesses. Right? But you have to get through all 8 words within 15 guesses. So it really comes down to what my hint is. So it's not like one of those things where you say the first word that comes off the top of your head.
Yeah.
And the goal is to get as many words with as little hints as possible. Or mistakes, I should say. So, one second, I just want to go to the bathroom.
So, just you're going to, one random word you're going to give me, and from that I got to come up with 8 words?
No. One at a time. It's just you have 15 to get through. So, you'll see what I do when we try it. 1 second.
All right, give me one to try, because this sounds a little bit like an excuse to make fun of Mom.
No. Okay, we might be cutting this out of the podcast if we look too stupid. Right. So the first one's going to be hard. So I just have to make sure that I write down your guesses. So 8 words, but you have 15 guesses. So my hints have to be good.
Are your hints for each of these words, or your hint is just going to be for the first word?
No, for each word.
So your hint is going to apply to all 8 words?
No, it's one at a time.
Okay.
Different one for each. You just have to get through the whole thing within 15 chances.
All right.
Okay. So I think the first one's going to take 2. So I'm going to start this off. And again, really think about them. Don't just go first one off your head. Ready?
All
and
right.
I'm only allowed 1 word, 2, to give you.
Okay.
Fruit. Really think about it.
Oh, fruit. Fruit is fruit. Healthy?
I'm just going to write them down. So that's the first one. You didn't get it. Okay, ready? Second hint for that word. Monkey.
Monkey?
Mm-hmm.
So you said monkey?
So you have fruit and monkey.
Banana.
Yep, there's number 1. Nice, mother.
All right. Now, do I have to keep track of these? Are they all related?
No. They're not related. They're completely random.
Okay.
I actually can keep track. I can tell you.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Next one. Oh, okay. Oh, this is tough. Birthday.
Birthday. Surprises.
No. Present. So your birthday and present for that word.
Wrapping?
You're getting there, but no. Give.
To give a birthday present.
No, they're not together, mother. They're completely separate words, just so you know.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. This is a toughie. This one's tough.
So they're not related. Birthday present and give.
No, they are related.
Who's that word?
Wait, what did you just say?
Birthday present and give.
So they're all related to the second word.
Gift?
Oh, yeah, nice. Nailed it. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, right. I can only have 15 altogether. Okay.
Yeah. Now, my question is, do you get... I'll have to look it up, but we'll just see how many it takes, essentially. Oh, this one's easy. Ready? Club.
Club? Golf?
Yup, nailed it. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't give you the hint, so I used...
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 so far, right?
Yeah. Oh, you said rapping, so I gave you, so we're good there. Okay, ready? Super Bowl.
Party?
No. Damn, I thought that was going to be easy. Touchdown. I probably should have gone with that one first.
Score?
No, God dang it. Score.
Touchdown.
Field goal.
Super Bowl, touchdown, field goal. Points?
No. Tom Brady.
Quarterback?
No.
I think I have 2 left.
No, you have more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've given 7 answers, so you still have a little less than half.
No, I've done more than 7.
It only counts the ones that you were wrong on.
Oh, okay.
So you've been wrong 7 times.
All right. So Tom Brady.
So you have
Super Bowl, touchdown, field goal, Tom Brady.
Sport.
Football.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
Okay, halfway through. Currency.
Dollar?
No, but bill.
Currency bill, and it's not the dollar. Currency bill. Currency bill. The check?
No. Right, this is going to be...
Currency.
I'm going to use a hint that will hopefully give you a better answer. Ready? Generalize.
Currency, dollar, generalize. Money?
Yup, there you go. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I think we can get through this. Oh, this is a tough one though. Ready? Books.
Library.
Oh, nice, Mom. Wrist. Wrist.
Yeah, wrist. Joint?
Mm-mm.
Wrist.
Time. Oh.
Pardon?
Time.
Time? Wrist and time. Oh, watch.
There we go, Mother. One more. Picture. Oh, I should have. Oh, I have a better one than that. That's a bad hint on my part.
Picture. Camera?
Oh, nice job, Mom. Okay, so in total, I have to see if it goes by the mistakes or the total, but you did that in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I feel like I gave some pretty good hints. So it was banana, gift, golf, football, money, library, watch, and camera. That was very, very good, Mother, for our first one.
Those are tough because they're very general.
Yeah. And the next one's even harder. Ready?
Oh,
one more just to see how we do. You ready?
This is how stupid Mom can be. Okay.
No, I think you kind of nailed that. Oh, this one's gonna be hard. I won't lie. So this is another 8. This is another 8. All right, here we go. Weights.
Weights. Gym.
Yup. Starting off strong. There we go. Oh, I can't use that word because it's in the queen.
Queen. England. I should ask, do they do any proper nouns?
No. I don't think so. Okay. Throne.
Queen's throne.
Oh, this is tough, but I think you can get it.
Castle.
Ready? Ruler.
queen, throne, ruler. Crown.
No, close. You're getting there. Emperor.
Okay, queen, crown, ruler, emperor.
You also said castle.
Oh, no, throne. Queen, crown, throne, emperor. Monarch.
Oh, I should have done this. Husband.
Oh, king.
Yeah, that's on me. Shit. I don't know why I didn't just think of that when you said queen, or after I said queen. Okay.
Well, you can
This is a tough one. Okay. Playground.
a playground. Swings.
Oh, yeah, you nailed that. It was swing, but I'll give it to you. Okay.
It's a good clue.
Yeah. My next one was going to be push, and hopefully that would have
Oh.
worked.
Or slide. That could have been slide. You push the slide.
Okay. Oof. Crust.
Pie.
Pepperoni.
Pizza.
Yeah, there we go. Now that I think about it, I think the right way you're supposed to do this. I like this way, but I think it's supposed to be my hints that I have to give you. So I give you 15 hints for you to guess, right?
Oh.
So
that
that
would
would make it'd be harder because you run out of 15 pretty quickly. Because I think if I wrote down my hints, how many it took, I think it would. Whatever. I actually like doing it this way.
All right.
Sprint.
Run.
Oh, yes. Oh, my God. It's like she's my mother. Celebrate.
Birthday.
Oh, yeah. Nice job, Mom. Wow.
See that a party.
Lock.
Lock. Treasure.
Door.
Safe. Door lock. Lock door. Door lock. A door that locks.
Teeth. That might be a bad hint.
Door lock.
Come on, Ma.
Teeth. Door lock. Teeth. Key.
Yep. Nice. Okay. Computer.
Is hard drive.
Website.
We said no proper names, right?
No proper names.
Okay. A computer and a website. Computer, website. Website. Computer. Platform.
Wi-Fi.
A computer, website, Wi-Fi. Not a router.
I think we have enough hints that we can get there.
A computer, a website, and Wi-Fi. Bluetooth.
Okay, this hint hopefully will help. Keep all those last hints in mind. Ready? Generalize.
Computer, website, Wi-Fi, generalized. All those things are in general. Social media.
No.
Computer, website, Wi-Fi, generalize.
Router.
That's what I thought the word was, router. Computer, website, Wi-Fi, general, router. Domain.
You got 3 hints left to get this here.
Is this going to be a word I know? Or
yes.
Oh. Wi-Fi, generalize, a router.
Ethernet.
Okay, so what is all that? That is the cable? No? Computer, website, Wi-Fi, generalize,
modem.
router, the Ethernet. What is all that called? I mean, modem.
You're going to kick yourself when you get the answer.
Computer, a website, Wi-Fi, generalized, the router, the Ethernet, the modem. It's not data. It's not.
I think I have to write data down as your guess, Mother.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Data.
Data. You got one more. Okay, I can give you another hint, though. Signal?
What the hell is that called? The Wi-Fi.
You're going to be so mad in a second.
Wi-Fi. Signal. The signal is the. What the hell is that?
It's funny when you know the word, you're like, oh my God, how are you not getting it? But when you don't have any context and you're trying to figure out the context, it's hard.
Yeah, computer, website, Wi-Fi, general, the router, the ether, the modem, signal, the hell do you call that? The signal is the speed test. You do a speed test on your data. The signal is the
You're heavily overthinking it.
the
There's a hint I probably could have given that was better. Now that I think about it.
hold on. What is the stuff that goes into my computer? The signal is the
Oh man, mother. See, here's the problem doing games with my mom. She's gonna really think about it. We're gonna be here for an hour, guys.
All right, well, I'll just pick anything. The signal is the I said data I don't know, VPN. I don't know.
VPN. The answer was internet.
Oh, okay.
Oh, damn. One off, mother.
Yeah.
One off. I thought we still did pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a
Not
fun
bad.
game. It's nice to see. It's doable. But I think, as I said, we did it. I think I'm supposed to count my 15 hints, not your
right.
mistakes. So I think we'll have to practice that one. And remember, the professionals can do 10. I just wanted to see if we could do it. But sweet. We got a game
I have
in.
a headache now. I have a headache now.
From thinking.
Yeah, I don't think that much.
Yeah, really. All right, guys.
Straining my brain.
Yeah. We can end it there. Maybe next week we can bang out a live podcast. Maybe we'll do 2 live ones next month just because we missed this month, just because our schedules have been so crazy. And I think we missed one in December. It might be 2 months.
Yes.
No, we did one before I went home for Christmas. So hopefully next week, excuse me, we can
Yeah.
bang out a live one. But,
I thought we missed 2 in January, didn't we? Last week and another one.
well, normally we
Right,
did the
right.
live stream last week, but then we did the one in Christmas, the one right before I went home. But you're right, we did miss the first January. I think we only did 2 podcasts last month.
Yeah. I
So-
think so too.
Or this month, I should say. So, all right. Well, we'll wrap it up. The only things I have to promote, obviously, the Lego build, the walkthrough for Crystala, which I'm sure you guys have been seeing, which is pretty much done. They haven't added much to that. And then what else? We're just back on our streaming routine. Again, I'm trying to get a little healthier before I start streaming because I realize no one wants to hear me cough the whole time, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Social media, promo code Streamlinks, Discord, and I will see you guys on Monday, and you will see Mom whenever. So, laters.